back. I think my voice is sorted out. It was really croaky. So I've got a few things to talk about, not loads, because I've not really been researching. Hi, Laurie Little's like, can't wait for you to be back. Yes, I'm here sitting in the doctor office waiting on Dr. uh, I'm just writing someone. Freedom! Woo! Channel. Yes, good news, people. Tommy Robinson is free. Whoop whoop. So quite chuffed about that. What's the topic? I don't know what did I write. Tommy, Brian, JFK Jr., The Matrix, Q. It's a bit of a mismatch because I haven't seen you all. Well, spoke to you all for a couple of days because I was away. So I'm going to talk about a little bit about me being away, then Tommy, and then just a little bit of everything, bringing me back in because I've not been researching. So I went away for the weekend. I only went to Blackpool, people. My eyes were opened, but we did have a good time. Timing looks so thin. What do you mean? So yeah, it was for someone's birthday. It was a bit of an eye opener, but it was a laugh, and yes, I did meet somebody there, which was quite nice, and sort of talking to from Wales, a Welsh lad. So, is that a Welsh accent? A Welsh lad. So, guess we'll see how that goes. But it was a good time in Blackpool, but too much screaming and well, not screaming, but like shouting and singing, and because there was a lot of 80s music, getting carried away with the 80s music and dancing, sore feet, not going to sleep till 5 o'clock in the morning because like we thought we'd go earlier because we're a bit older, but no, we were the ones who stayed up singing and dancing all night and basically had like 4 hours sleep before we had our breakfast. I don't always go to Blackpool. I haven't been Blackpool for years. But it was someone's birthday and they wanted to go. Hi, and I went for it was a do, and there's lots of stag do's there, obviously, and hen do's, and it was a bit eye opening. I haven't been for years, and yes, but it's not where you go; it's who you're with, people. And we had a good time, met some really nice people. Um, I've always said that I like to bear man, and I actually met someone dressed up as Super Ted, so I thought that was hilarious. But anyway, there you go. Look who's back, back again. Dolly's back, back again. So that's why I've been gone for a little bit because I did come back on Sunday. Hi. I did come back on Sunday and my voice was going from just too much partying. I haven't been out for ages, so it was like, watch out, Dolly's about. I was out dancing, got to dance, people. But yes, the good news is, woo, Tommy got released today. I haven't been watching a lot of stuff in it because I've just had a bit of a, yes, wax man, dad. Yeah, but we had a good time. I think released today, which we said it would be at the end of the month, and it's the first today, so we knew that was going to happen. Do you discuss Trump? I tell you what, when I was away, I was like, when I was drunk, you never guess what? Trump's brilliant and Q's this, and everyone's looking at me going, what is she talking about? I was like, oh, and I'm up, before I get talking about Tommy and that, I couldn't believe it. For us who follow Q and things I've been talking about, you'll never guess what. I was staying in room number 11, I've been doing the Vincent Fosca thing, and number 11 means the awakening. I was in at number 11, and I've got to show you this picture. Across the road from my hotel was a hotel called, let me see if I've got the picture. I took a picture because I couldn't believe it, because I've been talking about Vincent Fosca. I was like, no way, was that the hotel across the road? Vincent, I know it's back to front. Vincent, the Vincent Hotel. I was like, I just can't get away from Vincent Fosca. It doesn't say Fosca, but it just says Vincent, which I thought was quite odd. And I was staying in room number 11 on a bunk bed, on a kid's bunk bed, which was not great if you needed a wee in the middle of the night and actually forgot you were on a bunk bed. But I said I'd go on the top bunk. But yeah, so Tommy's been freed. That is brilliant. Some people are saying something about where he has to go back and maybe do something. But not a lot of people are reporting on that properly yet. I'm just glad he's out. We said he'd be out by the end of the month, and it's the first today, because that's like, I think he's 3 months that he would have served, not the 18th, the 18 months or what, 17 months or what, 13 months, whatever it was they were going to put on. So we're glad about that, because I think this is going to be the bigger snowball effect here in the UK with, all that sort of stuff he was reporting on. And I did see Red Pill Phil's video on it. And I did see, because I've had a bit of a rest, so I've kept off YouTube a little bit just because I wanted a bit of a break because it is tiring. But I saw Reverend Simon Sideways as well reporting on it. And he spoke to, I think it was an ex-Muslim Islamic, Muslim, and he was saying he can say what we get told, it's racist if you say this, but he said he can because he is, and he said it needs outing, these people need to be caught, and you know what I'm talking about, because to me it interlinks with everything going on globally at the minute with paedophilia. But that's brilliant news about Tommy, so we'll see how this pans out and what happens, because I really think that it's going to help get the word out more, especially to these people who are asleep and believe that Tommy was this, that, and the other, and he's just a thug. Because remember, they don't care about us, the people. They think, the working class people, they just think we're scum of the earth and, we don't know nothing. But those people on the left need waking up a bit, shaking up a bit, and need to realise what's going on, even though we know some of them are in with it and paid to, what do you call it, like, I don't even know what the word is, put the wool over people's eyes. But there's that which is really brilliant. And I do believe this is the start of things good. Because, like I said, it's interacted all over. Yeah, we're livestock to them. And there's also, if nobody in America as well, you might not know his, but Brian Harvey, who is a group of E17, who I've done a little bit of a chat on, the stuff he's bringing out, and he's been doing live streams. Howdy. Yep. Yes, thank you in America, because you won't know who Brian Harvey is, but yeah, Tommy's free, and that's thanks to everyone around the globe, because everyone's been doing marches and stuff, so that's like thanks to everybody that's either been to the marches. I couldn't go, so people reporting on YouTube and getting the message out globally, because it did go global. Those who are asleep might think it didn't, because it gets reported on mainstream media that there's just these little marches for Tommy, and little marches for Trump, and little marches for Q, and there's not really a big following. Oh yes, there was. It was global, and it was massive, so thumbs up to everybody. The Brian Harvey thing is, he was from a boy band in the 90s that actually came to my school. I used to like Brian. I used to always go for the smaller cute ones, and he's got a gob on him so he can speak, and his is all about the phone hacking and all that, and you really have to go and watch his videos, because it's starting to make sense now, and he's got loads of evidence, and he's dropping a lot of names. But to me, it's all interlinked again. Join the dots around the globe with what's going on around the globe. It's join the dots, people. So there's that, which I'm going to look into more, because like I said, I've not been on YouTube properly since I've been back. I've just been resting up, and I did have a really sore throat. Also, I'm still on the JFK Jr. thing, but me and my dad were saying, I did quite a lot of videos on it, and I probably will talk about it. Tommy has to have a retrial apparently, but it's good, and he's out now, so he can talk about stuff. And I think he'll just be, I know he knows, but I think he'll be overwhelmed with the love and the support he's had off, people worldwide, all sorts of different people, walks in life. So that's brilliant. The JFK Jr. thing, still on board with it. I did loads of videos on it. Me and my dad said, my dad's been looking at more stuff. He said there's just totally more stuff that add up to it that you could just go on forever. And the other day when I was talking about, I don't think I showed the pictures because I went to download the video, and guess what, guys? It wouldn't download, and it's still there, and it won't download. So if this video doesn't download, I'm going to show you now. The shop that I told people to go on Facebook, the Vincent Fusca shop, which I said was weird, because in a Q post it said like, what's hidden in a picture, and I thought it's funny this, because hello from Blackpool Beach. Well, was at Blackpool at weekend. Was in the shop was a picture of Marilyn Monroe. I know you can't see it properly. which we all know the connection to Marilyn Monroe and JFK. What else? Then there was this picture of, don't know if you see this very well. You're walking your dog. Yes, it's nice to walk it on the beach. I didn't go on the beach though. There was a picture of, it looks like John Lennon to me. Oh. I know you can't see it, people have complained, but I'm not professional and I don't have things that can show, but it basically, it's a picture of, I wonder if it's the lights, just let me switch the lights off. I'm in the dark now. The picture of, is it working? No, it's not working. Anyway, I don't know if anyone went to check it out. Yeah, x-rays. There was a picture of John Lennon. You can't see it on the Facebook page. He's there. And then there's a line here with like tags on. And to me, it looked like John Lennon. Yeah, I've shown my dad it, but you can go on Facebook and actually look at it yourself on Vincent Fusca. If you put it in, it'll have a picture of, it'll say New York, New York, and it's a shop. And it's a clothes shop. But the picture of John Lennon is a picture on the wall. And then a line going across with like price tags on it. But to me, it looks like a crime scene. And then there's Marilyn Monroe, which looks like a picture of her, and then rope going around, which looks like a crime scene. And there's a bunch of flowers on the floor in the shop. That's where it made me think, what? And then there was a picture of it. I don't know if you can see this. It also said on it, because you can see that. Sometimes an entire outfit is inspired by one accessory. We talked about Emmett the Clown, his accessory, that clown had the fedora hat on, which the guy that we've talked about in the rally had a fedora hat on. Did you make out the words on Marilyn Monroe? I think it said something about, I couldn't see the words, but it said something about rules, and it did have a load of writing on Marilyn Monroe, so I don't know if anyone noticed. But the accessory thing made me laugh, that little quote, because he was wearing the fedora hat, so was Emmett the Clown. That, if you don't know the story about Emmett the Clown, it was the famous American clown that when John, JFK Jr. was younger, him and his sister got to see Emmett the Clown, and he rubbed noses with his sister, and she got a bit scared and excited at the same time, and Emmett the Clown didn't know what to do because all the security men were there, so he bent down and did it to his mother, Jackie. John was there. Bit of a connection, do you think? Because I think so. Then there was another thing where, let me see, there's a lot of things, and there's probably some other things that I didn't see. There was quite a few, like, taking pictures of the front of the shop without a name. But what was in the, what took my eye was this, I don't know if you can see it. There was a, no, you can't see it. Oh, there was a picture of a globe. You can just make it out there. A blow-up globe. And it was tilted on the side. And it was in a few pictures. And I thought, that reminds me of, like, see if I can, oh, no, you can't see it. But if you go on Facebook, you can see itself. A picture of a globe tilted on the side, which reminded me of, I think it was called, my dad will probably tell me, When the World Turns, which was an American TV show that people watching the day JFK died, and they broke into it, like, and then they put the live assassination of JFK on, and it was, but before that, people were watching When the World Turns. So that made me think that's a bit odd. That there was just a few things odd going on there. Yeah, I've got that. I've written it down. Yeah, As the World Turns, it was called. So there was just a few things in that shop that didn't make sense, and one of them was there was a few pictures, and then Marilyn Monroe, and in the top left corner, I think it was a T-shirt saying 43. Now, when you put that as in the president 43, I think it was Bush Jr. But we know Bush Senior and Bush Jr. are both involved in, like, well, his dad was involved in JFK, and we know what the other one was involved in. So that was pointing at the Bush family. So yeah, there's all that. So I'm still on the JFK Jr. thing, meaning I still believe he's alive. There's a lot more people talking about it still. I am well rested, thank you. Still a bit of a croaky voice. When you get a bit older and you like, I haven't been out drinking for ages, it's like you need about a week to get over it. I will look in chat in a minute, because I'll just get all this out and then we'll have a chat, because I'm still into JFK Jr. I won't not believe it till Q says so, because remember all them people out there saying Q said there's only Q. Yeah, he didn't say there was no R, did he? No, he didn't. So there you go. And also, like I said, the more you go back in past Q posts, it's always banging on about JFK and JFK Jr. in everything. And even if he wasn't alive, what it will be pointing at is the Federal Reserve, what JFK knew about, and JFK Jr. and the cover-ups about their deaths or why they was murdered or whatever. It still points at the same things. So to me, it's important. I mean, it's brilliant if he is alive, and if he's not, it's still the same. Yeah, as the world turns, and if he is alive, which I believe he is, that is going to be the biggest thing that blows mainstream media right out of the water, because how are they going to spin it? They're not going to be able to spin it. You can just be there with the proof of everything and why the world is the way it is today. But like I said, even if he isn't, but I believe he is until we get proper proof he isn't, it still all points to the same thing. It's still people saying it's split from Q. It's not. It's the same as Q. They're going for the same. They're going for the same things at the end of the day. So I'm still on that, and if I find some new things, I might talk about it, but I have done a lot of videos on it. Also, I just wanted to say about Sarah Sanders, because I haven't been watching a lot of stuff. What does she go and say at the beginning of a speech, what she was talking about? She goes and says, what was it she said? She said, it's like the queue. You never knew I was coming. Yeah, Tommy's just brilliant. It's like the queue, the letter Q. That's what she said right at the beginning. It's like the queue. You never knew I was coming. And apparently on this video, on this live stream, it was when a reporter asked who Q was. But I mean, she said, oh, we're not into anyone who's been violent or something. But it was asked. It was asked. And she did say that at the beginning. It's just getting better and better. Sorry, I can't see chat. JFK Jr. not having a grave or a memorial site. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, he's got the thing with his dad, the burial site that's in the letter of, it looks like a Q shape. If John shows up, you want to see my reaction? I tell you what, whenever he shows up, I will come on here and I will post my reaction to it, because I'll just be like, I don't know what I'll do, but I will. I will do it. I will do it. Always, you finally caught me live. And also, Trump, because I haven't been digging, so I haven't really seen anything because I've had a rest. When he did his speech, apparently, what was he saying, people? For the people who don't know about Q, the 17th letter in the alphabet is Q. So Trump was shouting out, I don't know how many times, yeah, the world will stand still, not turn. Well, yeah, so that might be a thing with that. He said something on the lines of, I'm not quoting it right to the thing, but he said, I think I've probably been in Washington about 17 times. 17 times I think I've been there, 17 times. I don't think I've stayed overnight, but I think I've been there 17 times. You know what I mean? 17 times. But I was just checking on my hotel being built in, guess where? Pennsylvania Avenue, people. Does it ring a bell with anybody? Pennsylvania and Vincent Fusker, and he lost his Trumpmobile in Pennsylvania on 17th Avenue and all that sort of stuff. And Trump's there going 17, 17, and 17, and 17. And I think I was there 17 times. I'm sure it was 17 times. I think it was 17 times. I've never stayed in Washington, you know what I mean? But I think it was 17 times. So hilarious. Some weird stuff coming out, exactly. It's hilarious because if you follow Q, if you don't follow Q, you'll think it's weird. If you follow Q, you know what's going on. I have been there 15 to 20 times, 17 times. Maybe they say. Yeah, no one says I've been there 15 to 20 times, 17 times, 17 times in this state. I mean, yeah. Who's Tommy? Tommy, if you're from America, I don't know where you're from, Tommy Robinson is a guy in the UK here who got sent to prison for, I can't remember how many months it was, 13, 18, something. He should have only really been doing 3 months for overstepping the line. They say that he breached the peace and all this, which he didn't when he was recording near a court, because what he was actually reporting on was the rape of young girls by grooming gangs. We don't like saying grooming gangs because that sounds like you're grooming your dog. The rape gangs, rape squads by, as they were saying, Pakistani Muslim men. So people had an uproar because they're saying it's racist. But what normal people were saying was, it doesn't matter who did it, what race you are. It's not about that. It's about what's right and wrong. It's wrong. So if you've been doing it, you need to be sent down. Not the person who's reporting on it, who's been talking about it for many, many years. But you can see all about it. There's a lot of people who lie. They go on about, oh, he was a football hooligan, this, that, and the other. He did things wrong in the past, yes, blah, blah, blah. He was in a football alliance, but he realised there was racism and stuff coming in it, so he got out of it and went somewhere else. But the mainstream media, as we know, always put out the bad crap about people and make stuff up. Hence why I was talking about Brian Harvey before and how they've been trying to, what's the word? Put him in, he's out, hallelujah. Trying to stitch him up with a few things that are all interlocks with the same thing, because all I can see globally around the world going on at the minute is all to do with the children. It's all to do with paedophilia and Q and everything and POTUS and everything is trying to save the children. It's all connecting the dots and it happens all over the globe. So that's why I've always said at the beginning of this, when Tommy went to prison, to me it all connects. It all connects. Brian connects, Tommy connects. People think it's separate. It's not separate because it's going on around the globe. Because these people who are into this think it's normal, or maybe they've been brought up thinking it's normal. It's not normal. It's not what we do in the West, but I think they're trying to bring that over here. They've been trying to normalise everything from years and years, trying to normalise everything. The agenda thing they're trying to normalise, stupid, bloody feminist women. I don't like, feminist women were great in the day, bringing the same pay up and this, that and the other, but they've gone overboard. You can't outweigh the other, it's yin and yang. They've gone overboard. They're hating on men all the time, trying to make our men weak and all this. It's just pathetic. It's all interlinked with how they're trying to bring, the globe, they're trying to bring, humanity down basically and turn it upside down and turn it into a Luciferian world, because that's what I've been talking about. That's what it is. But yeah, we've seen them signs, we've seen the Trump with the 1717 and Sarah Sanders saying Q and all these exciting things. Yeah, well, and we've got people coming out on Twitter now. Yeah, the New World Order people coming out on Twitter with all the, Tom Hanks and what's she called? Who's did the Mamma Mia film, the first one? Q post 918. You'll be surprised when you learn who's been talking to you here. 9 + 1 + 8 = R. The post number. There's my dad again. You can just go on and on and on, and it all adds up to R. Yeah, New World Order. Yeah, that is the New World Order there. The New World Order is all them things I've just talked about is in the New World Order thank you, to normalise everything. That's why the more they put out on Facebook, the more they put out on YouTube, not us YouTubers, but the ones at the top, that I probably put there, the ones that are trending. Because if you go on trending, this won't be being talked about at the minute, of the stuff that I've been talking about and many others are talking about. It will do in the end, but we're not trending because you've got all these funky trending ones on the trending ones going out to all the generations, the new kids, hello, talking about all this stuff and doing sort of things like gender things and this, that and the other. It's all to normalise it so it gets in their little brains, because I'm sorry, a lot of the millenniums are brainwashed. And that's why I believe if you had the means, you wouldn't want to give pain to the people that killed your father. Or you would, sorry. Yeah, sorry, I read that wrong. If you had the means, wouldn't you want to give pain to the people who killed your father? Of course you would, and that's why I believe JFK Jr. has faked his death, because he's going for that, but he's also helping the people as well. It's stying me eye again. And it's just, you can, my generation and generations back can see. That's why me and my dad have been talking about the Mandela effect. Some people might think it's weird. I have spoke about the Mandela effect, but I do believe that was another awakening thing of what we saw something and this generation saying never happened. We're like, but it did. And my dad was like, I wonder why, like, yeah, hyper normalization. I wonder why, like, that came out. And I was like, I think it was to say we knew, my generation before, we knew, probably coming to the last generation, maybe my generation, that sort of had a bit of sense of things, is we knew there was something up when you're seeing this thing saying, oh yeah, E.T. did say that, or Sex in the City was Sex in the City, not this. And others will go, no, it wasn't, because in their generation it isn't, but it was. And to me, that is saying, if anyone gets what I'm saying, something's off. Something's very off. We've known something's been very off. Well, we've got I've not dug into the Julian Assange thing and all that yet, but we are living in the Matrix, people. We've been living in the Matrix for a very long time. People laugh, they think you're bonkers. Oh, she's talking about the Matrix and the red and blue pill. Well, I'm sorry, that's how it is. You have the sheeple sat there watching telly. I can tell my friends. Sorry, I've got two different hands on because I was in the middle of sorting my nails out, people. So this one's not done. So yeah, 38. Yeah, 38. Yeah, 38. Yeah, so you'll know, but it's like we've been living in the Matrix, and everyone always gets put off by that because they think, oh, I've been living in a Matrix, she's gone bonkers. Thank you, but it's not. We've been living in a world where it's slowly crept in. Like I said, when the TV were invented in the late 1940s, early 50s, whatever it was, they've been putting their visions out there to us for us to believe. So when you've got all the little sheeple watching telly, the 90s was the start. Yeah, the 90s, yeah. The 90s probably was the start of the big things, the big movement that's going on now. But I think it's slowly been creeping in since obviously JFK, because he this is why he knew stuff. He got killed with the Federal Reserve and all stuff that was coming in that we didn't know about. Q post 783, rest in peace JFK. We will, hang on, it's gone off. We will succeed. Loads of references to JFK, too many for it to be a coincidence. Exactly. Have you seen the pictures of Julian and John? Yeah, my dad took it. I have got a picture, but I bet I can't show it. Hi. That's what I mean. If people don't know, I have done a chat about Tesla. Trump's uncle knowing, hi, thank you, I'm back. Trump's uncle knowing well, he looked at Tesla's, what do you call it, like, life's works, files of, I've subbed to you because it's cute and nice. Oh, thank you. His uncle, when Tesla died, the FBI went in, or the CIA, wherever it was, and took files of what he, I will read chat in a minute, his inventions and stuff, but some of them didn't go back. Donald Trump's uncle, I believe, took some of those. He knows what was in them. So it's just funny how Trump, people going about time traveller. But Mandela effect drives me nuts. Feels like you jumped out of dimensions. Exactly, because people are talking about the Mandela effect being a paradigm shift and a different dimension. It feels like a different dimension because we're like, but we knew that then, and you're saying it isn't. Like, you're saying this hasn't happened, and we're like, well, it did. I'm just checking it. I'm just seeing if I've got the picture still on my phone because you probably won't be able to see it. I was having Dolly commentary withdrawals. Oh, I know you were. That was so cute. I was like, I better get on and speak to people. They'll probably think, oh, I've disappeared. Let me see if I can find it. I did have the picture because I thought, here it is. I don't know if you'll be able to see it because of the lighting, but there's a picture of Julian Assange and Donald Trump's uncle, and they tried to morph it over each other because talking about time traveling, right? I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Right, so we've got Donald Trump's uncle, Julian Assange, where they tried to morph it over. Oh my God. Don't they look like each other? How much do they look like each other? Just makes me laugh. Yeah, paradigm, because Julian Assange, with all, the stuff that he's supposed to know and, And then we've got Donald Trump's uncle, who's supposed to know Tesla's works, who supposedly might have had a time machine. It's all a bit weird. it's not weird, because I actually think the world is weird. I actually think the world is, as much as it's been an evil place and a corrupt place and stuff like that. I do believe it's a beautiful, weird place, because I just think, like I said before, if they did go back in time and change one thing, what else? And exactly. And I know it sounds a bit weird, but I just think there's so much we've been lied to. And if people keep wondering why I'm looking over there at the camera, the camera thing's over there. That's why I can't look straight. Don't have a proper setup. So I just think if we've been lied to, yeah, the butterfly effect. If we've been, have you seen the time travel books about a boy? And I've heard a lot about the time travel thing and people talking about. I won't put it past it. Me, I think outside the box. I think outside the box, because basically, yeah, we used to have a like Avatar world. What Avatar is one of my favorite films, and I resonate with Avatar. I resonate with a lot of films because they put it out in films, the truth, but they don't tell us the truth in real life because everything's hidden. History's been a lie. If only, like my dad says, it would be a lovely thing if history was true. It isn't. It's the story of his story because the way they use words, it's his story. Who was ever in charge has wrote that story. We have been kept from the truth because, as they say, truth. Knowledge is power. If we had the truth of our proper history, we would have knowledge. If we had the knowledge, we'd have the power. They've had the knowledge because they know the truth. They've kept things hidden, I believe, in the Vatican, something to do with like even the pyramids and just things that they've kept from not just me and you and a few people around the world, globally, everybody. That's why we're always fighting with each other, and one of the biggest things is religion as well, fighting over that when, I think that's man-made. I don't mean like the values of something that was maybe in the Bible, but I do believe they've made things to keep us fighting. And if you've seen the Q Plan to Save the World, you'll understand. So there's lots of things we hear about conspiracy theories. We know conspiracies are true, a lot of them. Some might be put out there to, knowledge is more desirable than fine jewels. Exactly. If you haven't got knowledge, you haven't really got anything. How do you know where you are, who you are, where we really came from? People, geology was once biology. Exactly. We don't know the truth. Yeah, Q does quote the Bible and it's biblical. I'm not saying, see, I heard a story. If anyone has been on Twitter and seen the girl who was talking about how she was abused and sold to Tom Hanks, I can never remember her name. I know some of you know the name on Twitter. Someone fill me in, I forget every time. But anyway, she was talking about, she got told, Sarah Ruth Ashcraft, thank you, I always forget. Sarah Ruth Ashcraft, now if you go through her Twitter channel, she's bringing all these things about, Hollywood, because that's what's coming out as well with all these other things. Policeman, hi, we've come for Mr. Assange, E-Embassy, okay, wait one moment. Embassy, that's strange. He was here a moment ago. Oh yeah, my dad's saying because I don't believe he's over him anyway. But if you go through her Twitter feed, she's talking about Hollywood and how she got sold as a child to Tom Hanks and a few others and this, that, and the other, and she's bringing it all out. But she also talks about, I was talking about the bloodlines of Hivites or whatever it is. I don't know how to say it. And she said she believes the story of Jesus was somebody who woke up from the brainwashing, if you want to say, the slavery, the brainwashing, who woke up and started preaching about how to break free from your brainwashing. And they didn't crucify him, they murdered him, like, when you see a lot of people in Hollywood talk about it, yes, thank you, yeah, the terrorists of our world, they normally get knocked off because they're talking about truth and they don't want to getting out, and that's how it's been for years. Yeah, but you know what I mean? There's loads of different stories, but what I'm saying is, I guess it doesn't really matter. We don't know the truth because we haven't been told the truth. If we were told the truth, then we could get past whatever our truth was, get the knowledge to, I hate saying this, but like who we really are, where we really come from, how we became, if you want to go into all that. I know it sounds a bit out there, but it would stop us fighting if we knew the truth. Ancient, ungodly, false religion of saints in heaven. Yeah, well, that's true for a start. That's what I mean. They've got that out there and put it, and put it out there. Yeah, that's what I mean. The Bible, like, I'm not religious, but I see the Bible. Yeah, I see truth as love, and love is the answer. And I see the Bible as, in my head, I believe in a creator, but the Bible was to me a book of, say it was Jesus who got, like this woman was saying story, still the same thing, telling everybody how to live, don't be brainwashed, how to live a good life, how to live, like I said before, with love, compassion and empathy for people and humanity and everything. And that was just a bit of a guidance how to live your life. But things have got taken out and changed, and new Bibles and all that put things in, to get people maybe going off on a different course or believing other things. That's how I sort of see it, if anyone understands what I'm talking about. But at the end of the day, it's love. It's love. Exactly. The meaning of life is love. It is love. Love is everything. If we all loved, we wouldn't be having half the problems we had. But this is what I'm saying. If we don't know the truth, if we don't know what's been going on for time, then how are we supposed to know anything? Yeah, I do think that I blame society, but there's a lot of people out there who don't understand, and the reason they don't understand is because hang on a minute. Hang on. Is because if we've been, hang on a minute. Yeah, so people will say, oh, there's silly people out there who haven't got a clue. They're stupid. It's not because these people have got low IQs. Some people think I've got a low IQ. It's not because they're stupid. It's because the things I've been talking about in past videos, if you're having fluoride water, which some of us know, and I drink distilled now, I have a machine, it decalcifies your pineal gland. Hi, borderline. I've been loving your videos on Brian and everything, and Tommy's free. Whoop whoop. If they've dumbed us down for years, the more the years have gone on, they've dumbed us down. So if they're dumbing you down, with the stuff we eat and all this, hang on a minute. If they're dumbing you down with the stuff we eat, it's just my mum texting me. If they're dumbing you down with the stuff you eat and like the stuff you watch, it's not really their fault as such, because they're just basically brainwashed. Sorry, I'm looking in chat a minute. I'm just getting distracted by my mother. Rumour was JFK's wife was pregnant. Yeah, they say she was pregnant. There's a lot of people saying his son, there's a picture of a boy that, could be his son. Sorry, someone said that before. I haven't seen any videos of Tommy, but I do know that yeah, he would look skinny, because I bet he was stressed and everything. And I remember before, he said he was on a hunger, well, not on a hunger strike, or wasn't eating, or I don't know, but can have some great grub now he's out. I'm just glad he's out. I'm just so glad he's out. So glad he's out. It's, he'll get some good food in him. But yeah, people saying about the people's IQs is, yeah, exactly. If you're eating a lot of processed food and you're having a lot of tap water, which has got a lot of fluoride in it, and you're watching all these things on YouTube, or you're watching the programs on TV, you're listening to mainstream media that are telling you the complete opposite of, just lies basically. They have put food, yeah, they have put stuff in our food so they cannibalise unknowingly. Exactly, because I've talked about this before. This was well known as well. They were using baby fetuses, using them as like a sort of food flavouring. So that'd go in certain foods and drinks that you like. So imagine if it all came out, you'd be going, oh my God, that's disgusting. It's cannibalism. Oh my God, how evil and everything. And they all they have to turn around and go is, well, guess what, people? You've been eating it too. You've been a part of it because, sorry if there's any buffering, you've been a part of it because this food additive was this. And you'd be like, oh my God, brain explosion. This is why when I first got onto the QAnon phenomenon, as I like to call it, in the beginning of the year, yeah, GMO aborted baby kid, exactly. People don't know about this. That's why I nearly had a breakdown, was crying. My mum was like, yeah, Pepsi. Do you know what? I don't drink fizzy drinks. I know they probably put it in a lot. Yeah, McDonald's, PepsiCo. I don't put it, I don't drink a lot of fizzy drinks, only if like I've been to McDonald's, which I rarely do. I did do this weekend because I needed it, but it's because I was drunk. But yeah, Soylent Green is people. That film, I don't know if anyone knows, there's someone on a YouTube channel who does Soylent Green is people, and it's a really funny channel with a load of funny Trump stuff on it, and it's great. But there's also a really old film called is it Soylent Green? And it's where people are eating this cereal and they're killing each other to get this cereal, but what they don't realise is the cereal is actually dead people. So people would you would have a brain explosion if you found that out because you didn't know. So I know people love, but it's probably in all sorts of different food. This is what I mean. We're so consuming, we eat crap, which keeps us ill. You don't really know what it's got in it. Why do you think, like in England, I've seen a lot of like butchers go from my area. The last one's just gone. So we're importing things from abroad, and it's like, what are we importing, by the way? What are we actually importing? It's not British beef, is it? If it's coming from frigging China or somewhere. What about all these? Yeah, that's what I mean. Protein bars. We don't know. And the thing is, you can get Kuru disease. Apparently, that makes you go all gaga. So people saying, oh, people got low IQs. I don't think it is. I think if you don't know and you're eating certain foods and certain medicines and you're watching MSM that we know lie, because if you're following what we follow, you know how they lie. And all these programs they put out for kids and they put on your tablets and stuff, we know how it brainwashes everyone and it keeps you down. And I do believe that tap water has a lot of fluoride in, and like I said, when I've wiped out the inside of my water distiller, it is filthy, it is full of dirt. So you've been drinking that for years, and I believe this is what people say, it calcifies your pineal gland, which I think that's the makes you think a bit more, and you can see things a bit more clearly. Watching. So I like bears. But and that's what they say. And I've noticed a difference. I had like sort of a stiff hand in one of my hands, like as if it was like getting into arthritis. Since I've been drinking distilled water, it's gone. And I see it as I've spoke about this before. If you're drinking something that's got dirt in it, over time you've been drinking that since you were born. So it's a bit like sandy stuff getting in your bones, which makes them a bit stiff, which is a bit like arthritis. That's what I see it as. Wait till folk find out about what they put in Coke and Pepsi. Well, exactly, but this is why they were saying when a lot of Q stuff drops, because we know it's massive, it's not just about the kids. I mean, the main thing is about the kids, it's about saving the kids, it's about all this stuff. Um, Loads. That's why they said a lot of people probably end up in hospital. Someone's distracting me. And if you're watching who's distracting me on the phone, just watch. Um, Been using fluoride free toothpaste, aluminum free deodorant for 6 months. Now feel great. Yeah, I did get a fluoride free one. I need to get another one because I did notice that was good. I haven't tried the deodorants because I've always said a lot of stuff you put on your body is chemicals anyway. Somebody's distracting me. Trying to red pill someone here at the same time as talking. I think they're watching. You know, and it's all chemicals you're putting on your skin. You know, that's why I believe you look so sweet, you're giving me a toothache. Thank you. But yeah, it's just all this QAnon stuff, it's to do with everything. But that's why they said when it all drops, because there's certain things, you know, with Hillary and Obama and all this blah blah blah, and we know about that's big, but we know there's different paths to everything. We know a lot of it is to do with children. That's what we're saving. But it's to do with the other stuff as well. So when all this comes out to the sheeple, because obviously we know, people are gonna, can you imagine being told you don't know nothing? Yeah, Hillary Clinton, you don't know nothing. Then all of a sudden you're getting told that, you know, there's these things going on with kids, there's Satanism, there's rituals, kids are getting killed. Ooh, they put bits of babies in your food. It's to do with Hollywood as well and singers and actors that you love, and your food's being poisoned, this, that, and the other, all to keep you ill. Can you just imagine people? They're just the head's going to explode. So like I said, when I first found about Q, I sat back and I was crying, and my mum was like, "What are you crying for?" And I went, "I've been a part of it." I really got upset. I've been a part of this disgusting stuff. Not been a part of it, but obviously if I'd been eating stuff that I didn't know had certain stuff in it, I feel awful. But the thing is, the only good thing is that's how they lie. So if they turn around and said, "Haha, well we got you because you've been eating this, that, and the other," to me it would be, yeah, your flu shots and everything. To me it would be, yes, but if we had the choice of knowing the truth, because knowledge is power, but we don't know knowledge because we've never been told knowledge. We've never had the truth, even in history. How are we supposed to know anything? If I had the choice of eating this that had that in it, or eating this that was normal, fresh, organic, because organic isn't even organic these days, I would choose the fresh and organic. But we've believed that this was organic and this was this and this was this, and it wasn't. It was something with fetal things in it to make your food tasty, to make you want more, because when something tastes good, you get addicted to it. Sugar is like cocaine, people. Sugar is one of the biggest, addictions as well. And that's why, I don't know if you get what I'm talking about, but I haven't actually looked a lot of the Q posts since I was away in Blackpool. I've just had a bit of a break because it took me about Sunday to today to get over it, and that's why my voice is a bit croaky. Yeah, people have grown complacent. We've got too lazy. We're following stuff on mainstream media. We've got our head stuck in the phone. We're on watching different things. We're just disconnected. Yes, Kurt Cobain as well. Sorry, I'm having a conversation with someone on the phone and someone on here. Kurt Cobain, because I did talk about him the other week, because I did say he said something. What did I say about Kurt Cobain? There was something about Kurt Cobain, because all these celebs that have died, you know, it's dodgy people. It is to do with the cabal and all this stuff that people are starting to wake up to. But they did say bring the pain, and the pain is coming. Yep, the pain is coming. Who was that? What was that? Um, I mean, it's like Hillary when that couple went up to go against, put some evidence against Hillary on 4th of July. What happened? The house blew up and they both died. Okay. Oh, they need locking up. They'll be getting locked up soon. Well, Obama is in Kenya, saying he's Kenyan, which, funnily enough, I thought he was from Hawaii. So how can he have been an American president? Yep. Kurt said he would vote for. Yeah, that was it. I was saying Kurt Cobain said he'd vote for someone like Trump. It needs to be a man like Trump. because it needed to be like a businessman who wasn't a politician. Because we all know, like I was watching today, I watched a great video on all the great stuff Trump is doing, but no mainstream media will still make out that he's this, that, and the other. He's, he's tearing families apart and all this. He's the one putting it back together. He's the one who wants borders up to stop the kids getting trafficked. Because if you look at it, it was under Obama's policies when he was in the White House. People are not researching. CIA John Brennan fixed Hussein's docs. Yeah, and Hussein is Obama. He'll be getting caught out soon. There's still all this stuff going on, and people are still getting like, oh my God, nothing's happening. But we know stuff is happening behind the scenes. Is that why they are abortion clinic? It might be. I don't know. Maybe that's why they push for it a lot more now. That's what they're saying about in Ireland. But also, the stuff that's dropping now, while we're waiting for the other stuff to drop in, I believe, is Hollywood, because, Hollywood, Holly Hell, as they like to call it. I told a friend today, she came for dinner and she was like, oh my God, not Tom Hanks. I went, I know, but that's what you think, because you think, oh my God, they're so nice. But at the end of the day, people, what are they? They're actors, and good ones at it as well. Hi, good ones at it as well, because they're actors. That's all I can say. They are actors. And guess who wanted to go into acting? Yes, JFK Jr. Obama stated in Kenya last week, 3 years ago, I came here as the first sitting American president to come from Kenya. He's not American then, is it? How can he be an American president? You're going down. But yeah, Hollywood, the amount of that, because that's another reason why they said, yeah, fake is what they are. That's another reason, is what they said. When the truth all comes out, people are going to be sat in the street like, oh my God. Imagine all the people that are really into the films and they're really into the actors. It doesn't bother me really. They're really into the actors and they really look up to them stars. Don't look up to the stars as in people on stage that you think are gods. They're not gods. You're all gods in yourself. You're all, you all have quite a lot of power, more than you know that you have. But you look up to other people just because they're on stage or they've got more money. You've been deceived by these people, and that's what people are going to be hurt by. When you've been deceived by someone you look up to and you've admired for years and thought they were good people, and then when this drops and you find out what they've been doing to children, to people, just different ways they are normalising stuff. Like if you've got young kids, you see these young singers all sexualizing young children these days, the younger and younger little girls and stuff like that. It is disgusting. They're trying to make it right, like mothers will say, oh, it's all right that they dress like that because it's what the stars do. No, it's not all right. They're trying to normalize everything. Like I said, in America, there was, I'll look in chat in a minute, there was a judge that was trying to bring down the age of consent to 12. Then what would it have been? 8. Then what would it have been? You're all going to sit there and go, oh yeah, that's fine. No, it's not fine. It's not fine. It's wrong. And what it is about what's morally right and wrong. When they say, I'm going to say this wrong now, if you've got a moral compass, I was going to say compost then. If you've got moral compost in your back garden, you're all right. But, if you're a good person, you've got, a moral compass. I'm going to say compost. Because you know what's right from wrong, basically. You know what's right from wrong. Ruth Ginsburg, is it? I mean, who the hell would bring the sex down to that? That's what they were trying to do. And there's all this stuff now of lads should wear skirts at school and girls should wear trousers because it's offensive to, what they call thingy gender people. It's like, no, if you're a transgender person going through school and maybe a boy to a girl, whether you can choose what you, because I'm not knocking people like that, there are people like that, but you can choose whether to wear a skirt or a pair of pants. My son shouldn't have to be made to wear a skirt because it's offensive, or my daughter, no, I've got a daughter, would have to wear pants because it's offensive to those people. No, you as that person, as that transgender person, you can choose to wear skirts or pants. It's not for everyone else to change for you because you feel offended. Like everything else that is going on at the minute, like, oh, don't say this and don't say that of certain religions because I feel offended. Oh, well, if you don't like the values in other countries, don't come here. I don't get it. You know, it's not to change for everyone else, but that's what they've been trying to do. Let me see what people are saying. When I was young, very young, I used to think we were like a huge playset as a planet and all the people were just part of the toy. It is a bit like that. I know people go, oh God, she's gone mad. Like, going on about the Matrix, like, there's certain films out there that are true because that's how they put the truth out. It's true, innit? We are. Talking about Megan who? What, Megan who bloody got married to... I'm not into the royals. We are like playthings. These rich people, you know, Soros, Rothschilds, and all that, that own the world, believe it or not, they do play with us like play toys. That's why things happen. If you go and watch the film Q to Save the Earth, Q the Plan to Save the World, you'll see why wars are made, why we're fighting against race, religion, and men and women. I mean, wars are made. We know why wars are made as well. It's to build buildings, put money in steel. It's to do with going in and taking people's resources from other countries, oil and that. It's also parents get killed off so they can get the children, so they can traffic the children. And, you know, like Haiti. And we know who's behind the Haiti Foundation. It's Hillary Clinton. And someone who worked for her got caught trafficking kids, but she got her out of it. So, you know, when you start connecting the dots, it makes sense. But like I said, there's still a lot of people, sheeple as we call them, that are sat watching mainstream media and believe everything that is said on mainstream media. My granddad said when I was younger, he worked for the papers, and he said, don't believe everything you read in the papers. What's that, Dad? What you saying? MSM, wake up and start to think for yourself again. Do not let the MSM think for you. And I'll tell you what Brian Harvey said. I know some of you don't know who Brian Harvey is, but Brian Harvey, who's bringing truth out at the minute on his own channel called Brian Harvey about a setup, he said, and I just loved what he said because he's not awake to Q and he's not awake to a lot of this, but he's awake to trying to figure out why he's been set up and he's on the right tracks and he knows. And people are seeing it, but it's all connected to me. Everything's connected globally. It is. Yeah, you did a really good video, Borderline Me. It's great. Brian Harvey's talking truth. But he said something like, you know, the reason why they don't like me, this is him, is because I'm a free thinker. I have a mouth and I use it. They don't like people who use their brain themselves. They don't like people who research, who think for themselves, who don't believe, you know, like mainstream media, who have their own mind. This is why this hate speech thing with Tommy Robinson, thank God he's out, is, oh, it's hate speech, it's hate speech. Hate speech is freedom of speech. If you don't like what someone's saying, if you don't like my channel, don't watch it. Go and watch another channel that's more up your street. Hate speech is free speech. You should have the right to put your opinion across. I have the right to say what I want on my channel. If I believe this is right, this is what I believe. I have my right to have an opinion. Everyone has the right to have their own opinion, whether they like it or not. That also means people have the right to talk about the truth. But they don't like that. They want to shut you up. That's why they shut Tommy Robinson up. That's why they made him out to be something he's not. That's why they put him in prison. They don't want the truth coming out. That's why JFK got shot. That's why JFK Jr. would have got killed. I still believe he faked his death to go after the people who murdered his dad. Also about the cover-ups by mainstream media. It is the greatest plan ever to get this globally out to everybody. Once and for all the lies that we've been told, decades and decades and decades this has been going on, to bring it to light. It's not nice. I've said this before. It's not nice. If you're not in with Q, you think you might be awake, but a lot are not awake to actually the truth. It's hard to swallow. It seems mad. You wake up and think you're on a totally different planet. You just wake up thinking it is like the film The Matrix. No wonder The Matrix was made. Political correctness is the way they have deceived the public to remove free speech. Exactly. Because you're saying, oh, it's hate speech, it's hate speech. Don't say this. I feel offended. Jesus, grow a pair of balls and So what? If you don't like something someone's saying, don't listen to it. If you have, I've had opinions. I've had little arguments with my friends. Little opinion like my friend's daughter doesn't hold the same opinion I have for Trump because she doesn't know about it. It's not her fault. But that's her opinion, what she thinks about Tommy or Trump. That's her opinion. We're not falling out about it though. I'll go to bed and think, oh well, we had a bit of a debate. It is healthy to have a debate with somebody. You don't always have to be on the same wavelength. Even if you're friends, you just think, well, we've had a bit of a debate. I think this, you think that. We'll agree to disagree, but we don't have to fall out about it. We'll just see what happens. And that's how I see it is, if you don't like the show, get lost then, because I'm not really bothered. I'm talking about what I like to talk about. Someone did say, oh, what was her channel about when she first came on? It was all about makeup. No, actually, love, whoever said that. My channel wasn't all about makeup. I did a few, sorry, I'm getting dry lips now. I did a few videos on makeup and stuff, thinking, what do people do on YouTube? I didn't know what I was doing on YouTube. I don't know why I came on YouTube. So I was trying to be normal, what everyone else does. But then soon found out that isn't me. I don't want to sit there talking about makeup, what everyone else does. Yeah, I did a few videos on what I was buying and the norm that everyone does. And then I got into the spirituality thing because all my videos, as you know, if you followed me from the start, when I had short hair and I was a lot bigger from having my baby and all that, it's always been positive. So I just call my channel, oh yeah. No, I won't say screw the haters. I'll say love the haters because they all need a bit of love. Love is the answer. If they don't like it, good. Love you. It's always been a positive channel, and people have always said that. And I've had really good messages of people, and someone in America that I hope still watches me that helped with an illness that she had and got her through it. And that, to me, if that was just helping one person, then that's why I was on YouTube. I don't care. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what I think, Amanda. I think I didn't know why I came on YouTube, but if this is why I came on YouTube to the point where I'm at now, trying to get truth out with all the truthers out there, then maybe that's why I was meant to come on YouTube because I believe in. We all love you, Dolly. Thank you. I believe things happen for a reason, and my name in Hebrew, I keep saying this, I just couldn't believe it. Blow my trumpet. It means gift from God. So I don't know. Maybe I was meant to come on here. Meghan Markle infiltrates for Obama. Yeah, she probably does because, we know about the monarchy. I've never really liked the royals, so, we know what's going on there. But we also know who's been over and gone on somebody's wrists. Quite a few people in the UK. The Queen, Theresa May, and a few others. And then Trump goes back home and things start getting sorted. Tommy comes out, bit of a shake up everywhere, but it's just what I believe. It's what I believe. We love you because you're one of the voices out there. Thank you. There's a lot of gift from God. There's royal reptilians. There's a lot of us out here. But like I said, one of my videos didn't download the other day. Bit dodgy. Official video of opening of the Gotthard tunnel. You will. Oh yeah, there's a tunnel. Where is it, Dad? Is it the CERN tunnel? The tunnel in France. And the beginning of it is so Luciferian. It's unbelievable. I mean, when you watch it, you're like, oh yeah, it's telling a story of how they've brainwashed us. Because there's people walking, and all of a sudden they're still in the brainwashed and looking like zombies. And then they're all going to this like sort of devil person, and it is a bit weird for an opening of a tunnel. So if you haven't seen it, you need to see it. Yes, Dolly, Tommy Free, Q and Potter smashing it. Boom! Oh, definitely. That's why I said Trump will fly. He was really going to be put off by the blimp balloon, wasn't he? He really came over and went, Jesus, the UK hate me with the little tiny blimp balloon of me in a nappy. Oh my God, I'm so scared. I'm going back to America. No, he came over in Air Force One, dropped in to see the Queen, have a tea, sit in Churchill chair. We all know what that means. Checkmate, see you later. Do as you're told. Sort your country out. Well, I'll go and have a bit of a chat about Tommy as well. You better get him out of prison while you've at it. Oh yeah, then he goes back. But don't forget, he gets the football off Putin, the ball's in your court and all that business. Wink, wink. And then he goes back to America and everything starts happening. So, Trump should have helped pay for the blimp balloon, we would have done it all right. I know. We'd have got a big one with "We Love Trump" on it. But there's just, I don't know, there is a lot of us out there talking about truth, and obviously everyone thinks we're nuts, but, you know, if they don't follow who we're following, Dolly J Dream, have you seen? I know. But also, mainstream media have tried to say to the sheeple watching mainstream media, oh, Q only has a little following. It's just this thing that, you know, was made on the Chambods and it's not real. It's only tiny. Now, my dad's just told me, you ready for this one, people? You ready? Right, people who kind of know about Q are not following Q, but sort of know about it. 300 to 350 million people know about Q. Are you ready for the big one? The people who follow Q, like me and a lot of others, follow it daily. There are 50 to 58 million people worldwide that know about Q. So, hey, mainstream media, I just don't think it's a handful of people like you like to make out it is. So, go and stick that in your pipe and smoke it. And a load of little Q, like, you know, when you smoke, not that I smoke, you can make them little circles with your mouth. Little Qs will come out. We are Q. We are all Q. Researching. Hi, Dolly. Welcome back. Yeah, I went to Blackpool for the weekend. My eyes were open very much, but I did have a good weekend. I met a little bear. It was very nice. Because I like bear men. But, yeah. And I lost my voice a bit from, like, singing and stuff, so, yeah. But, finally got on, had training. Oh, have you had training? I need to start training again. I need to get my kettlebells out. They're just sitting there looking at me and I'm like, it's not been as sweaty, so maybe I can get back on there. You sang, I play a duo. I tell you what I was screaming at. I was singing Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody because it's my favourite song. And me and my mum always go, oh, it's a mother and daughter dance. So I was singing that out to my heart's content. Did the conga with some stag do all dressed up as He-Man and Shiva. It was hilarious. So I ran outside and went, by the power of Grayskull, I have the power. Where's Battle Cat? But Battle Cat wasn't there, so I wasn't that happy that Battle Cat wasn't there. But it was pretty funny. Also, there's a TV program on tonight about about just having a conversation about I don't know what channel's it on in the UK, by the way. A documentary, 10:30 till, I don't know if it's 10:30 till 11:30, about, funnily enough, the UN sex trafficking or something. So I thought I might watch that after just to see if they're reporting on the truth, because we know the UN are dodgy. We know when they've gone into war-torn countries, people, they've not gone there for what they're saying they've gone there for. They have gone there. They've been paid to basically not help the people. And when you've had celebrities going over there, I think Rebel Media posted on it and Katie Hopkins, they were guys who live there in these places said, I've mirrored Plan to Save the World on my channel. Oh my God. I will not say it. If you have not seen Q, the Plan to Save the World, the 10-minute documentary video with who I believe to be JFK Jr. talking, sounds like the way you talk, go and watch it. You'll understand. If you don't know about Q, this is the easiest way to learn about Q. It says it all in that documentary. You will know why wars will start. You will know why the world is the way the world is today, why families break up, why they've gone after family values and everything. It upsets me. I cried when I first watched it. And the reason why I cried is I got like vibrations, you know, like it resonates. When something resonates with you, you know it's true. It was like, oh my God. I'm going to put you a link on. Thanks, Amanda. So, I forgot what I was saying now. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, the UN. And what they've done is they took celebrities over there. Oh, yeah, we're building these houses, you know, for these people in the war. And, you know, the houses have got blown up. They took the money, loads of money, you know, like paying charity and all these things for, because you believe, oh, you know, the war kids are dying, let's throw a load of money over there and help them. 2 buildings were built and then they've left the rest of it. Where's that money going to? Funding ISIS or something, was it? Because Obama was funding ISIS. And all this stuff we know, we follow Q, we know about this. But when you see it with like three eyes, you want to say your third eye, it's just like, oh my God, what have they been doing? Or, oh, what are you talking about, Amanda? What do you mean? I can't understand. Like, I'm trying to get chat up. Oh, that live when you got upset and you brought. Oh yeah, when I get upset, that's what I mean. When I could get upset now, I could cry now. The things I've come to see this year and come to realise, yeah, about racism, how that's all, been made, and the religion fighting, them three things: religion, race, and men on women and stuff like that, hating men and all that sort of stuff that's going on at the minute. And then you've got the stuff about the kids. I get upset every time I talk about it because it resonates. Like that song, Michael Jackson, The Man in the Mirror, you need to look at yourself. He's done many films about kids and they lied about him. They definitely lied about him. It just makes me upset because we're doing it. We do this. We're talking about this at the minute. So people come on, oh, she's talking about this. I'm talking about it because I have kids. People have kids. It's for our kids. It's not just because I've got kids. If I didn't have kids, I'd still have that empathy. Yeah, I'm real. Thank you. I am real. I just talk about. I'm not very good at getting it out, but I know what I mean. But I have kids. But even if I didn't have kids, Eddie's okay. If you know who Eddie okay, he's done some great speeches on Tommy and the kids that died in London, the three boys. He hasn't got kids, but he said if he had kids, he doesn't have to want to help kids because let me get that right. He hasn't got kids, but he thinks of everybody's kids around the world as him because as his. Like I do, I care about other children. That's why when I used to watch the news and the boats coming over and kids dying, I used to get upset. I couldn't watch it. I used to think that's where they work on your emotions. Oh, give money to this and that. That money isn't being used for what it's supposed to be used for. We're trying to wake up our kids because it's the next generation to come and the generation after that of our children being brainwashed. Storm is upon us, YouTube. If you don't watch these videos, you're not awake. Yeah, it's now called the Storm is Upon Us YouTube channel. You go to that YouTube channel, you'll see videos about Hillary, but the best ones you'll see is Q, the plan to save the world, and they did say another story's coming, so I reckon there's going to be something else. It's the sun. They can't stop. Exactly, they can't stop the awakening now because it's happened. Now, if you think about times when, just keeping me on the times, I've got to go in a bit. Years and years ago, we didn't have like computers, tablets, phones that we can all be in contact with each other. Like I can be in contact with you lot across the world, which I'll do what do you call it when you all say where you're from after, to be in contact, getting the truth out. So if something happened years ago, it'd be easily covered up because you couldn't get it out like a beehive, a hive mind. You couldn't get it out to everyone. We couldn't do that. Now we have the power. Like it says in the Q video, they had the power to contact each other. They had the power, to follow people, tracking devices. But also, if you want to say goodies and baddies, the goodies have the power as well. So by making all this technology, which I am really rubbish at, and hate sometimes, I think, God, can we just go back to like living in a forest somewhere, growing your own food or something? Because I think technology is bad. It's not, it's good, but it's bad as well. But then again, it's good. But they've made a rod for their own back because how they were using devices against us, the people, is now being used on them. So, ha. Yes, the SGT report covers a lot. The SGT report on YouTube, X22 report, Deception Bites. There's lots of other ones I've talked about are brilliant at covering all the Q stuff. But the main thing, if you still don't know about Q or you're thinking, what is she talking about? She's always talking about this, is go on A Storm is Upon Us channel and just watch Q, the plan to save the world, because it's 10 minutes and it's dead easy. Destroying the illusion is as good as, well, yeah, we're destroying the illusion. There's an illusion that we've been living in for a very long time. That's why people say it's a matrix, and that's why people think you're a conspiracy theory nutcase, because you think, talking about that film, we don't live, you're not unplugging yourself. Well, you do actually unplug yourself in a way, because you unplug yourself, phone's about to die, you unplug yourself, plug it in, you unplug yourself from the matrix, as in what we see with these eyes on TV and around us we think's normal. When you're actually looking, let's say with three eyes, I'll just say with your third eye, if you're awake, and you know about this stuff, you take a look back, you can see it in films, you can see it when you go out in the street in the way signs are wrote and different things. And I walk around now thinking, oh my God, look at them people, they don't know what's going on, they haven't got a clue. When this all drops, the truth, they're just going to be like, what the hell? And that's when Q said they will come to people like us saying, you were talking about that stuff, like what were you talking about? I didn't get it, I thought you were mad. Like, how did it all start? What's really been going on? Yeah, realize, exactly. Can't say it any better than that. Once you see, you can't unsee what you've seen. It doesn't matter. You might want to. I've always said at the beginning when I found out and I was crying and I was really upset because I have got empathy for a lot of things. I get upset very easily because I have feelings, because I'm real and I feel things because I have a soul. Yeah, if you're awake, you can feel it in your soul. Exactly. I cried over Beauty and the Beast when I thought that the Beast had died. I cry over E.T. every year, even though I know he's fine, but I just cry like a big baby because I don't know, it just gets to me. But so obviously the news has always worked on me, especially when it's to do with kids dying and stuff like that. And you've got to remember, people have died, it's pretty real, but remember there's some cases that have been set up to fool you, to get your emotions working. So you're like, yeah, we want loads of refugees to come in and all this, but they're taking over our jobs and stuff. We know what's going on. If you're a real person from a war-torn country and you want to come in because you're fearful, you're trying to get away from the war, that is fine. But as we said, as Trump said, he's building a wall. You come in legally, not illegally. What's the problem? You come in legally, not illegally. We have a problem with the people who are coming in illegally because we know why they're coming in. We've talked about it. We see what all that is. We haven't got a problem with people coming in legally. People just tell others, just spread the word. Once people see these videos, they will wake up. Some people are not just asleep, they are comatose. Example, Trump derangement syndrome. Exactly. You have got to see this film. Everyone shouts this film out. Q, the plan to save the world. It is all there. Hi, it is. If you watch that film and you don't feel anything, or you don't think, oh my God, I've seen how the world has been working for years, decades, whatever, then I don't know what's wrong with you. When I first got onto Q in January, I've never been into politics or anything. And I'll still say, really, it's not to do with politics. Someone said, oh, you're into politics. It's not really to do with politics. It's what's behind that. People say it's politics. It's to do with kids and saving the kids and talking about truth, basically. But when I first got onto it, it upset me that much that I thought, I wish, it was my dad who told me, I wish my dad didn't tell me, I wish I could take the blue. I've talked about Tommy at the beginning, I'll tell you in a minute, the blue pill, because in the film, The Matrix, if you take the blue pill, Morpheus says, if you take the blue pill, you'll just wake up in the morning, everything will be normal, you'll never know nothing. Sometimes ignorance is bliss, yeah? But then I thought, no. As much as the things that I found out are heartbreaking and I've sobbed my heart out because some of it you won't even believe it's that evil and just heartbreaking, I thought, no, I need to know because I'd rather know to be able to see it, to be able to see what's around me, to be able to see the clues and stuff. I'd rather, as horrible as it is, I'd rather be awake. Red pills, hand down, exactly. I'd rather be awake because I just look at people and I think, oh my God, they're asleep. When this hits, the big truth and that, people are going to be like, oh my God, what the hell? Why didn't I know this, that, and the other? But I'd just rather know I'm prepared. I'm prepared for it. Even though I know a lot about it, it's still going to upset me, but I'm prepared for the people who may come or friends and say, what was this about? Like, you were talking about, or do you know what this is? Oh my God, as it said, it could put people in hospital. They said they're gonna tell the world so much they can't tell us all of it. And like I said, if you've not been told the truth, how do we move on? How do we evolve? How do we? Truth, knowledge is power at the end of the day. If we don't know, then we're just left in the dark basically. Once you're awake, it's hard to shut off. Of course, it's really hard to shut off. I was getting obsessed with it at one point, and I guess I still am because I'll check every day. That's why I got tired before I went to Blackpool. I was streaming live every night trying to get this stuff out because I want people to, because that's what they said about mainstream media. They're gonna say, oh, Oh, I have friends, but they don't actually believe what I'm into. So I've been telling them, and they're sort of coming round to it. One friend I have proper red pilled. I proper red pilled the other week, and she was like, she even said, I knew something was off. I knew something was off, but they were saying mainstream media are going to try and say, Q's not real. It's this cult people following. There's not many followers, and then they'll probably put some people out talking about it, but they won't be talking about everything. Like some actors are going to come out about the abuse, but they're not going to talk about everything because they're actors, and some are going to try and cover it. But I think the biggest thing to hit next is the Hollywood thing, and like I said, it's people that you really like Robert De Niro. He's a twat. People like Whoopi Goldberg, Oprah Winfrey, Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is a paedophile. People are going to be like, oh my God, oh my God. People that I've really looked up to, thought they were a nice person. They're actors, people. Take the red pill, people. Wake up. It's your life. Take control. These are your children. You've been lied to all your life. Get over it and change it for your children. That's what I said. I had a cry about it. I was disgusted. I was upset. I was like, oh my God, this, that, and the other. I got over it. Was angry. Oh, make you want to go out and like be violent. Got angry and then thought, right, I know what's going on. It's for your children. And this is why I say people like why people go on about it. Pedestrian crew being investigated in Washington Times article written by ex-FBI agent titled FBI Conclusion. Exactly. The whole thing that's global connected, even to Brian, that he might not know now, but it is because we know what the whistleblowers were talking about. Even Tommy, it's connected throughout the world. It is all to do with the children, our children, your children, their children. Hi, it's to do with the children. They stepped over the line. Q said they stepped over the line. This is why Trump's doing it. Everyone thinks Trump is a bad person. You don't see what he's doing behind closed doors because they won't put that out to MSM. It's about the children, and we need to fix this for the next generations coming because half of them, a lot of them are asleep. Not all of them, a lot of them are asleep. Hi. So, yeah, it's just getting more. I know we get a bit thing because like we can't see it all, he hasn't been arrested yet. It's all coming. It's all coming. It's more about waking the people up, which there are more and more people waking up globally. Like I said, there's people who sort of know there's 350 million people globally that know. Mainstream media don't tell you that. But the people that follow him, like, every day, there's 50 to 58 million people globally. So, did I just read that right? Anyway, there's lots of millions and millions of people that actually know, but mainstream media will not put that out. They'll make out like, oh, it's just a little cult, don't take any notice. Nothing to see here, people. Nothing to see. Nothing to see. Go back to watching mainstream media and believing everything they say. So yeah, I heard about Project Bluebeam. Something to keep in mind is Project Bluebeam, 7D technology exists. They will use it on us to make us think aliens are invading. False flag. Well, I don't know about them aliens invading because there's a lot of things going on about that thing in the JFK, the Greys. Who are the Greys? Like I said, I believe in anything, mate. I just like to know the truth. If there's aliens, I'd like to know. If the Earth is flat, I'd just like to know. Flat Earth doesn't affect me. I just like basically all I want to know is the truth. If we're being controlled by aliens, basically I just got to know the truth. That's all people want to know. It could be a false flag. It might not be a false flag, but because I believe in that. Yeah, we could live in an enclosed system, maybe an organic simulation. Could be anything. I've heard about because I'm quite spiritual, I've heard about the energies and the different ones and this, that, and the other, but I don't mind. All I say is we just want to know truth. Truth. Yeah, they say about Project with 9/11 and this, that, and the other, but that's what I mean. We can all speculate and people can say, oh, it's a conspiracy, this, that, and the other. We just want to know what the truth is, and then we can get mad, get over it, and then start building, the blocks to a better future for our children. This is what gets me because I've got children, so I want to know in the future that this crap that's been going on for generations stops, and it stops now. I'm not having it. That's what everyone will say. I'm not having it. I'm not having kids being treated and abused and killed and eaten and all this minging stuff that people won't believe. All this stuff that's been going on that people won't be able to get in their heads because they think, what the hell are you talking about? I'm not having it. marriages at young ages, rapes and all this stuff globally. That's why Tommy got chucked in prison for reporting on what he was reporting on. We are not having it. They go for children because they're pure and they're innocent and they can brainwash them. And it happens in acting. That's why they say about Hollywood, it can start from when they're younger. They bring them up through Hollywood films and all that. If they're born into the family, they don't know any different. They'll carry it on in their family because if they've been brainwashed that way, to think that way, they'll think it's normal. If you're in a family, Illuminati, cabal, whatever you want to call it, that's what they are. If you're brought up in a family to hate, you will hate. If you're brought up in a family to hate race, to hate a certain culture, that's what you'll do because you'll see it as that's the norm, that's how you were brought up. If you were brought up to love and to have a moral compass and to love everybody of whatever skin colour they are, whatever it is, you will grow up like that. If you've been brought up to hate and to do vile things to people because it was done to you, because you see that as normal, and that's what goes on around your family and your friends, you will see that as normal. So in a way, it's not sort of people's fault who've been brought up in the family. They've been brought up like that. They think it's normal. Desensitized, yes. So I'm going to go now anyway because this thing's on at 10:30, I think, called the UN. It's in the UK. I don't know what channel it could be for. What it's a documentary, Amanda, anyone wants to watch it, about the UN and sex trafficking or paying for something to do with something that sounds dodgy. So I might go and watch it. So yeah, so hopefully I'll have to start digging again because I've had a few days off. Obviously, I went to Blackpool and had a laugh there and lost my voice nearly, and it's took me about nearly a week to get over it because I'm getting old. And you know, I just need to catch up on a few things. But the best thing is, like I said at the beginning of the video, Tommy's free. We knew he'd be free at the end of the month. I told you, I know it's the 1st of August, but I knew he'd be free. This is where it all starts now, guys. Get prepared. But brilliant. Let's see what happens there. I will have to watch it and see, bless him, that he's lost weight and that. But I think he'll sooner perk up. You know, he knows about the support globally, by the way. People who love him and have rooted for him and have marched for him and have talked about him on YouTube, like me, because I couldn't get down there, but I would have done if I could. You know, I'm sure he'll feed up soon and he'll be high on, you know, all the people that have supported him and known that they support what he supports, which is nothing to do with what they said he was. Oh, with Football Alliance, he's a thug. He did this, he did that. We're not talking about that, people. If anyone's watching me thinking that, grow up, get a grip, stop watching mainstream media, start researching. It's what he was bringing to light, which is the rape of children in the UK. That's what he was bringing to light. We know about this. Why it can't be talked about? Because they're saying it's hate speech. It's not hate speech. If something's happening, whoever that is by, it needs to be outed. It needs to be outed and they need to go to prison. It's justice. That's what it is. The lion will rise again. Exactly. Tommy is a William Wallace. Tommy is a lion, Braveheart. The lions are roaring. The lions are awake, as I said. You know, the whole of UK, everywhere. Scotland, England and Wales, we're all awake. If you're not, you need to start waking up and come together. It's about us coming together and getting the truth out. And that's what we want to know. We just want to know the truth, people, so we can, you know, move on. And the Great Awakening. So as I said, if you haven't seen it, please go and watch Storm is Upon Us YouTube channel and go and watch Q, the plan to save the world. It's 10 minutes out of your day, and you'll just understand how everything's been working. Well, you can think what you want, because like I said before, people have their own opinions. That's what I believe. I know the story on it, and that's what it is. You know, we know about this anyway. It's about the children at the end of the day. So where we go one, we go all. And yeah, JFK Jr. I'm still on the JFK Jr. thing. You are awesome. Your mind is strong. Stay brave, Dolly. Great work. Well, yeah, I'm just, everyone thought it was a nutcase, but it's just, I just say what I believe, you know. If I'm wrong at the end of the day, but at the minute, I don't think I am. Yeah, it's all corrupt. It's just talking truth. I've just always talked about. Hitler was right, as people would say. What channel tonight? I don't know. It's either on channel, what do documentaries? Channel 4? You just have a look for it. Someone told me, I don't even know what channel it's on. She's awesome. You are love what you do. Oh, thank you. See, it's all you. I come on here now. I get a few trolls and that, but let's just say we love the trolls as well. It's not their fault. Some are paid, by the way, to come and troll you. But all of you that know the truth, all of you that are on the kids' side at the end of the day, this is what it's about. It's not about being left or right, it's about the right. It's about being right, and it's about the kids. I feel like family. Exactly, we're all family here. Everyone who believes in the sort of things that I'm saying and saving the children, and if you've got a moral compass, not a compass, oh my God, a moral compass, I'm thinking, Amanda, I need to get in my garden. A moral compass, and you know right from wrong, then you're welcome in this chat, and we're all family from all over. So before I go, where's everyone from? Just before I go, because I'm getting really hot now. Getting a bit sweaty. Do a, what's it called? I can't remember what you call it, where you have to put where you from. Yeah, right. Well, I know Amanda's from Essex. Essex, Australia. Save the children. Is that Vermont, USA, Philadelphia, South Carolina, Manchester? I'm from Manchester. Manchester. Come on. I'm not shouting it out. If he is on the payroll, he's on the payroll of truth. Yeah. Come on. Where are you all from? I'm not into the Royals. San Antonio, Texas. Is that Baton Rouge, Louisiana? Naram. I can't say that one. BC. Sorry, I'm really bad at reading. You're from Flat Earth, America. Boom. By the way, boom equals R, which is JFK Jr. people. Is that Mass USA? I don't know what your little things stand for. Naram. I can't say that one. BC. Ohio. There's loads of you anyway, and it's great, and that's what I mean about connecting Texas. Woohoo! Go girl, that's my dad. We know where you're from. Royals. Oh, we don't like the Royals. I don't like the Royals. Massachusetts. Try saying that 5 times fast. No, because it might come out with something else. I'm not saying it might come out something rude. Whoop whoop. So I'm gonna go now because it's gone really hot again, and I love you all. You are really nice people in chat. Well, you are always nice people in chat. Get the few trolls, but they have to learn as well. So as Red Pill Phil would say, I love you all, and even what does he say? Even the pigging trolls as well. So I'll see you soon. Well, I'll probably see you tomorrow anyway. But bye.